So last week we had a challenge to take every 4-hour fair value gap we found, and today I'm going to both reveal the reports for that, right? I'm going to reveal the whole secret and the current situation of that, and I'm also going to be talking about the weekly market forecast. Yes, weekly market forecast for this week. We're going to be using the MMT technique, right? The money making technique to see how it works for the week, what we expect the week to look like across the major pairs only. But before that, I want you to watch this short video and please hit the subscribe button. This week, before we dive into this week, we're going to talk about the 4-hour fair value gap test. Right here is British pound US dollar, and I'm going to start by displaying this whole thing. Already you can see my screen is showing major profits. I mean, I was at $9,800 as of Saturday last week and Sunday last week, and today we are up roughly $400 plus in profit. If you check it out here, every GBPUSD trade I had taken was taken on the 4 hours by any fair value gap I see, and these are the profits. 100 and let's use a calculator. I don't want to stress myself, right? I don't want to stress myself. We had first move $152.88, second move $141.39, and the third move $110 on the dot. So we've made, oh, that was a mistake. I made a huge mistake. So let's do that again. 0.88 plus 141.39 plus 110. So we've made $404 in 1 week. If it was a real account, only if it was a real account. But it's a demo account with people, and currently we are having about almost $100 running in profits currently. So you can see the first trade right here, 4 hours. I told you guys I was not going to look at any other conditions whatsoever. I'm just going to take a trade. I say 4 hour fair value gap, I will take it blindly. Why? Because I wanted to just test 4 hours fair value gap. And you can see the first trade, right? It was when it went up on profit. Q, right? And then the second one was supposed to be this, which I placed the pending order, kicked me in, kept dancing, and then went up, and then created another fair value gap within that space, right? Within that space. So I'm going to be marking all the fair value gap individually. I need this guy to get out of my way. All right, so this was the first one. This was the first one which I took. This was the second one that came up. I took it too. This was the third one for the third trade, and then I got busy. at work. So I got so busy that I missed this one. So it would have been up by $500 or so. So if I had taken this one, let's see what it was going to be. If I had taken this one, it would have been stop loss right here. Take profit at 1.5-ish. So 1.5-ish. All right, so this one would have been a profitable run, right? I missed two, right? I missed that one. I missed this one, and I missed this tiny one. I also have a pending order on this one. You see, it's still waiting to be filled in. I think it's time for me to delete it because it's of no use. Unless I say, let's look at the weekly, right? On the weekly, unless price is going to find its way back down here, I don't see it possible. But well, on the weekly, price is definitely going to find its way down, but no, I don't think all the way down here. I don't think all the way down there. But if it does, I'm going to be removing this by next week. So I'm expecting to see this downward move, probably come down here and then start to move up again if it wants to move up. But we have 2 trades running, right? This was so close to hitting take profits as of yesterday, some days ago. Went up and came back down. Well, nevertheless, it's moving, and I think this is like the height of it. This one's going to fail, this one's going to fail, but until then, right? Until then, people, until then. Currently, I learned supply and demand last week. I learned supply and demand, and my dear friends, it was not easy. To be honest, last week was hideous, very, very tedious to me. I worked all week at the office. I didn't come back to my house throughout last week. I spent the whole time at the office. We had some serious issues to deal with, and it wasn't easy. 9 to 5 combining with trading. Not fun. Not fun, my dear friends. It's not fun. But well, we keep pushing, right? We keep pushing, we keep going. We're a man. So let's go into the weekly forecast, right? Weekly forecast. As usual, the thought pattern, right? We're looking for fair value gap on the monthly, on the weekly, and then we're seeing if that fair value gap is going to hold or not. If it is going to hold, we're trading for the ERL. If it is not going to hold, we're trading for its IRL. That is its starting range of liquidity. So what is it? Starting as usual on the highest time frame possible, because the higher time frame has more impact than any other thing, right? On the higher time frame, we have, I think there's a fair value gap here, and there's a fair value gap here. So I don't want to be coloring too much today. Like, matter of fact, I am tired of trying to color every fair value gap I see. So today we're going to do it differently, right? We're going to do it differently. I think we're just going to give a color to just the inside, right? Just the inside. I'm not in the mood for so much stress today. I think I need to reduce that color. It's way too deep, I think. So let's take it down to 50 is fine. Alright, so we have these two fair value gaps existing right here, right? We have these two fair value gaps singing and setting. So there's a tendency this might be disrespected for this to be respected. There's a tendency that this might be respected and price will push further down. But basically, we are not setting of a bullish move overall until this is taken out. That's it. 0.6941 currently on the XNES. Might be different in any other platform, but currently on XNES. So what are we looking for? We have a premise, we have a mitigation recorded last week, upper week. That was on between 1st of February and ending of February. Last month actually. So on the daily, we're looking for a sharp turn, right? Fair value gap in, fair value gap out. So we had this fair value gap in right here, which failed to follow through, and then it led to a fair value gap out. So in my own opinion, this market is about to become choppy for a while, right? It's about to become choppy. But basically, this is a major direction for now. This is still the major direction until we start seeing like serious push upwards. Now, something funny is happening right here. Something very, very logically disturbing. We have a push upwards right here on the daily. There is a high tendency that this would hold, and if this holds, then this will be taken. Why do I say this has a high tendency of holding? You can see a candle, a wick, a very strong wick right here. And when you go down into the lower time frame, that wick is simply saying that lows are not being taken again. Lows are being respected. And if you look right here, you can see this bullish fair value gap right here. If you pull out here, you see the bearish fair value gap here, which means even inside an ST, man, I think this 50 something is too thick. It's too thick that I can't see in between. So allow me highlight all of this, and I can't feel the same color. Okay, allow me highlight all of this red, and then I would make it about 30%. Okay, so looking at all of this, right? I won't lie to anyone. This, my dear friends, is just screaming it's just screaming mixture of events ongoing at the same time, right? We all know the US president, Mr. Trump, is really causing a stir everywhere. It's stirring up the economy. But nevertheless, we're not straightforward in this market, and I don't want to trade this market. It's not straightforward. Well, if you're trading on the lower between the daily and 1 hour, you should be aiming for this high. But if you're trading for anything above the daily time frame, you should be aiming for this low as it stands. Like, it's still very valid to enter this low. If you see, this low was taken, this low was taken, this low is respected, but this high also seems like it's being respected. So this was the last respect, and if this is the last respect, then we're most likely heading in this direction overall. That's my Australian dollar, US dollar analysis. For the Euro USD, right? Euro dollar, US dollar. Sorry, the Euro and the US dollar. It's not Euro dollar, US dollar. Jeez, what tautology. What do we see? First and foremost, we have this bearish situation. The monthly. I have to wait for this thing to disappear. Sorry. We have another bearish situation right here, being totally disrespected. So, in my opinion, this is being called for. Price is really heading for this. So, if price is heading for this on the euro, then price is most likely heading for a bullish move on the Australian dollar. So you need to look at all the pairs and look at what direction the most is all pairs really pointing at more. So all pairs are currently pointing bullish. On the daily, you can see total disrespect for all zones. Total disrespect to this or this high, and this high is seriously being called upon, right? You can see bullish moves. Price not even looking to come back towards it. And this was all thanks to a lot of news last week, a lot of tariff issues, Zelensky, Trump, and the rest. So there's less faith in the US dollar. That's what it means. Because £1 is not able to buy more and more dollar. And it's looking like it's heading for this direction. So I don't even need to look more into this market. Basically, all I see is price coming down, mitigating any of this, and pushing back up for this. So bullish, in my own opinion, bullish. British pound, US dollar. Even though I am running test trades on here, right? Test trades on here. I think I can still analyze this market. I believe. I don't know if I'll be so clearly open to see the truth anymore. Well, we can see the same exact thing. Wow, we have a weekly. Is that a bullish fair value gap? Okay, that's not a weekly bullish fair value gap. But do we have a bearish? We don't have any. We have one here, which is bearish, right? We have a bearish fair value gap right here. Oh, and we can see the bearish fair value gap completely disrespected. Not really disrespected, right? It's only disrespected when this candle has closed. That's the truth. And this month hasn't finished, right? So there's still a tendency that this might end up becoming a week. With a high tendency, my dear friends. Going to do one weekly, and we're not seeing anything, right? In the daily, are we seeing anything? In the daily, we're seeing clear, severe push up, and we have this fair value gap sitting right here in the daily. Wow, this is a lot of fair value gaps for daily. I don't know if this is too rough for you guys to see, but I hope it's not. So we have a lot of fair value gaps on the daily. I don't think price is going to come back and destroy all these fair value gaps all in one go. I don't think so. New Zealand USD. Yes, we have similar push upwards, but not as clear as Euro and British pounds, right? This guy seems to be having all necessary fair value gaps. So in my opinion, I think this particular high will not be touched, in my opinion. because will not be touched until this is met, right? Until this low is met. I don't think this high will be touched. There's a higher tendency for price to find its way down here than to find its way up here. We go to the month, the daily. The daily, we can see 1, 2. It's looking like a change of structure. So I'm looking for price to do this, right? Price to cut through this noise. You can see a daily fair value gap right here. So if this fair value gap pushes strong enough for price to cut through this place and continue moving, then this is definitely the call to action. Bullish. USDCAD, US dollar, Canadian dollar. Wow. I see this being called. Trust me. That's what I see. Oh my dear friends, it is showing its face too clearly. There is no push downwards. There is no clear fair value gap downwards. Instead, there was a lot of fair value gap upwards, and then there's this heavy amount of respect right here. That's something that you should take note of, like take very good note of. Seeing such a clear respect going on here, something you should take note of. So there's a high tendency price is going to push upwards here. So all in all, I'm beginning to see a higher tendency for an upward trend. This was devastating, my dear friends. I had to whistle, I'm sorry. But this was very, very devastating. Okay, so we still have this, and we still have this. But this is what's being headed to right now, basically. So if you're trading on these markets, I urge you to go bearish until price gets to this zone. Bearish until this zone. Then after this zone, we'll know where we're heading to next. And the USD Japanese yen, sharp turn on the 1 hour time frame or bearish fair value gap on the 1 hour time frame. Let's see if that actually works. We're looking for a sharp turn on the 1 hour time frame, right? Yep, sharp turn. I think this was it. Yeah, this was it. So I predicted that here. We're waiting for a sharp turn on the 1 hour. You can see that right there. It happened. It happened, people. I'm not a soothsayer, but it happened. So this is the first in, and then this is the immediate out right there. I think I'm going to zoom in for people to see this. I want to zoom in for people to see it. See? That's it. In, out, and what did I say about in and out? This call, and then this call. You can see it. It came here, went back. Came here, didn't come here, went back, and then finally came here. I'm not a miracle person, I'm not a soothsayer. It's just what I learned from Johnson. That's it. I don't have any miracles on me. So my dear friends, this is the weekly forecast of the major. Like I said in my last video, if you want me to include minors, please leave a comment below. I'm trying to do YouTube, and I want to make YouTube for two things, right? I want to give out my knowledge, and I want to make money from YouTube also. So I'm saying this out honestly speaking. I'm not trying to paint any picture here. I want to make money from YouTube, but I also want to use that money to promote any other thing I do, like buy a premium account, trade large amount of money, get a good reasonable amount of money to trade it. That's what I want to do with YouTube. So currently we're done with everything except the supply and demand, right? Supply and demand. I'm going to show you guys what supply and demand is going on right now. Supply and demand, I have a pending order trade in supply and demand, right? It's on the British pounds, US dollar, Japanese yen. So higher time frame analogy. I have these spots and this spot. Just you see it right here. This is a very huge spot. But I have this spot and this spot, right? Since I have this spot and this spot, I see price running away from this, running away again. I'm in the 4 hours, and I'm seeing price is clearly refusing to stay here. So I place the buy order right here. Should price find its way I'm going to adjust this. So should price find its way down into the supply demand zone, I'm trading for price to aim for the demand zone. It's supposed to be equilibrium, but I'm aiming for the demand zone. Let's just see how it goes. I mean, we're learning supply and demand, right? First trade of supply and demand. Let's see how it goes. So thank you all for watching. I'll catch you all on another one. Do well to hit the subscribe button, hit the like, and leave a comment below. Share the video to people who you think might find it valuable. And I think I will start giving weekly forecasts on my phone if I have the chance from my phone. So until then, I'll say peace.